Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes and
Loose Mike.
So welcome back to all our returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here and please do stick around. We love to have you all over at our place and we love to share what we have been up to. And talking of which, you are seeing this on Friday, and here at Manfa's Makes, Fridays are our weekly crochet catch up. So it goes without saying that of course Mike and I have an FO in the shape of a Tile of the Week Thursday, which you should have seen yesterday, but if not, please do go and check it out. And today we round up all the other crochet we have been up to. So I'll get started because I have a little more to show, as always, because I have a little more time. But I didn't get done this week half as much as what I got done last week. Now, last week I came flying out of the gates of a brand new year and I had an FO and it was all amazing and I was so excited. And then it was getting back into the usual routine of school runs and back to work and yada yada, boring adulting, none of which you are interested in, I am sure. And there has been some life stuff, like there always is, guys. But I have got a little bit of some stuff. So, in my beautiful project bag that was gifted to me by the super talented Sabrina Melajuice, I have started my second amigurumi for Amigurumi Wars. Don't have an awful lot to show, guys. I'm gonna just say it outright. And I'm going to have to faff with my phone for just a second because,
more than me, though.
Again, my printer didn't want to print for my amigurumi patterns. I think I am going to have to save my pennies and get a new printer. So, bear with me just a second while I try and pull the pattern up from my files. And we all know that Manfa is not brilliant at this whole thing. So, hashtag Amigurumi Wars 2023. This month is being hosted by the beautiful y.o.h crochet, which is the gorgeous Anita. She is the creator of this whole crochet competition. She is this month's host. She has changed it up a bit this year to the fact where we can do any amigurumi we like. It's a free-for-all, make whatever amigurumi your heart desires, but to put a little twist on it, every month there will be a spotlighted designer, and that spotlighted designer will be announced by her every month, even though there are different content creators being the hosts. So you get bonus points if you do the spotlight designer. And I did Mr. Bean's Teddy last week, which was my FO, and the spotlight designer is Blue Rabbit Toys over on Etsy, and I purchased another one of her patterns and it is called the Rabbit Snuggle toy, and this is what it looks like. So the head of the bunny, the arms of the bunny and the bobbles of the bunny are amigurumi, and it is attached to a granny stitch lovey blanket. So that is the pattern that I purchased. I chose to dig out a yarn from my stash. It was a One Skein Wonder. I don't know if I'm going to use it all yet because I haven't got that far in. If I do use it all, I'll be able to use the hashtag One Skein Wonder, but we will have to see. And I picked Serdar Snuggly in the colourway Smarty. This is what it looks like in cake form because it was just a ball. I used another skein of this to make Bag-O-Day's cable cushion back last year. I had one skein left and I thought it would be super adorable as that bunny snuggle, and I have a head. Literally, that is all I have. I have the bunny's head. So, like I said, not a lot done, but a start. And I've got until the end of January to complete it, so I'm not in any massive rush, but I have made a start, guys. So not much to show you on that one. The yarn, if you are interested, is 100% acrylic. It is a Aran, which is a worsted full weight, and in one of these you get approximately 258 yards or 236 meters, and you can wash up to 40 degrees Celsius on a wool cycle. You can tumble, you can iron, you can dry clean, and it was made in Turkey. They recommend a 5mm crochet hook, but as always guys, if you don't know Manfa by now, you'll never know Manfa, because the hook I am actually using, which I was going to get out of my notions pouch, isn't actually in there. I'm using my 4mm clover. You didn't expect anything else really, did you? I mean, come on. So there we go. Just show you that one just because it's got Mingos on it, and why not? So I have a head of a bunny for that one. That's all the progress. So come back next week and see if I've managed to get a little bit more work done on it. The next thing I want to discuss is I am still working on the test pattern for my beautiful friend Amanda over at Obsessive Crochet Lady. Anyone I'm mentioning and patterns I will link down in the description box, but I cannot link this one because it's still in the testing phase, and that is up to Amanda to release once we tell her that her pattern is a-okay. And for this one, again, not a lot of progress guys, but a little bit, a little smidgy bit. This is the Notions pouch that I'm using for this one. Again, Mingos, because Manfa, Mingos, you know. I am using the yarn Katarina in Regal Rose, which was clearance and Happy Mail yarn from Hobby Lobby in pinks, purples and greys. That's what it looks like, how it comes. I caked mine up before using it. I have this much left of my first cake. He's getting floppy and all the rest of it. And this is what it looks like so far.
Pretty awesome.
There we go. And this yellow stitch marker here was where I showed you last week, and that is the progress below the stitch marker this week. So like I said, not an awful lot, but a bit. And this will be my main focus next week, as will the amigurumi. This should already be a lot bigger than what it is. I have discovered that I am a super tight crocheter. I kind of knew that anyway, but I now really know that I am. Because the bit that I'm on, you should only need to do 35 rows before you do the edging, but this is nowhere near the size it needs to be. So I think I'm probably going to have to do about 100 rows before the edging for it to get to the size that it wants. But it's not Amanda's pattern. It is me choosing the wrong hook size and crocheting too tight. So no criticism on Amanda's pattern whatsoever. It is user error, of course. It's Manfa. Come on, guys. But I am enjoying it, and because Amanda would like it finished and tested before the end of January, I've got to get my butt in a little wiggle with that one. So I will be concentrating mostly on that one. And then last but certainly not least, actually no, it's not last but certainly not least. So, tile of the week, you've seen it. I've shown those two that I've just shown you. I have done other crochet, but I cannot show you. And the reason why I cannot show you guys is because you will see it on Sunday, because on Sunday is the first episode of something new that I am trying, and I would really love your guys' feedback on that video, whether it's something you're interested in, whether it's worth your time watching, whether you want me to continue. And I do think it is something a bit different to what a lot of others do, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So that took some of my crochet time, but I can't actually show you. So there was quite a bit of crochet, but some of which you can't see yet. I'm sorry. And then the last thing is the beautiful Litza over at Coco's Crochet has started a crochet along. It is going to be a 6-month long crochet along where we are doing 2 months of the year per month, and you're wondering, how on earth can you do that? Well, I'm not going to give it all away because I'm going to link Litza's channel down below, but I'm also going to link the video explaining it down below because she deserves for you to go over and check it out from her. But I was super lucky to receive some happy mail from Litza before the end of last year, not knowing what this was to be used for. She is using this calendar here, so I am one of the few lucky ones that has a physical copy of the calendar. However, Litza does hold up the picture long enough for you to take a screenshot or for you to know what picture we're referencing. I will do the same in a second, so that if you want to have the picture or the image, you can. And basically what she's doing is she's looking at the picture for the month, and she is putting all the colours she can see in a bowl, and then she is randomly picking 4 colours from that bowl, and those are the 4 colours you use for that month. So she dictates what colours, but she encourages you to use scraps that you have left over from other projects, and it doesn't have to be the shade of that colour in the photo. It can be whatever shade you have on hand. So even if it's a bright turquoise blue, you could use baby blue, aqua, royal blue, navy blue, whatever blue scrap you've got, as long as it's blue, if that is the colour that's
very
picked.
good idea, I think.
Yeah, and she is using this calendar for inspiration, and like I said, I am super lucky to own one, only because she sent it to me. So thank you very much, Litza. A lot of you don't have the pictures, but like I said, we are going to show you so that you have enough time to know what picture we are referencing. And of course, this is January. This is the photo we are using for inspiration. Go over to the video that I have linked down below to see her pick which colours of this that she has randomly picked out of the bowl. You'll get to see what colours anyway, because I'm going to show up my project, but I would still appreciate you going over and watching her video. It is a stitch sampler throw, which means for every month's colour pick it will be a different stitch, which makes it interesting. And you need to do 8 rows per month. That's it. As soon as you've done your 8 rows, you put it away, wait 2 weeks for her to pick the next month, do those 8 rows, wait a couple of weeks, and so it continues. But it means you can do a year worth of pictures in 6 months, and every month will be a different stitch. So your end project is a sampler of all different stitches, all different shades of colours, and it eats your scraps up, which is a plus point for me and Mike, because no matter how many tiles we're making, by doing other projects, I'm putting more scraps in than we're able to use. So I wasn't originally going to join along with this, because I said that I didn't want to get bogged down in too many crochet alongs, but because it is only once every 2 weeks and it is only 8 rows, I felt that that was manageable. And the bonus is that I can hashtag shop my stash 2023, use my scraps, support my beautiful friend Litza, because I have the physical copy of the calendar, and have another beautiful project at the end of it. So all of it is tick, 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 win, 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 win. She also doesn't dictate that you do the same sampler throw that she is doing. That is just one option. If you have another throw, Afghan, blanket, any project, I think, that you want to use her colour choices for, she is quite happy for you to make whatever project you like, but it would be great if you could email her pictures so that she can showcase them to show that you are joining along with the crochet along, especially if you don't have a channel of your own. Your beautiful work can still be seen through her, which is fabulous. But I am doing exactly what Litza is doing, because quite frankly, she's mapped it all out, she's worked it all out, she's done the math, she's done the stitch row count, she's done it all. She's even picked my colours for me. I just have to pick a shade of that colour to throw in me blanket. Throw me throw. Yeah. So I'm still attached, so bear with. I am doing the same blanket as her. And this is my 8 rows to start off with. It is 182 stitches wide, and it is all just half double crochet for the month of January. Easy peasy lemon squeezy to ease us in to a year's worth, but 6 months long, of all different stitches. And this creates, as she says, a nice solid foundation to build other stitches on top of. So that is my colour shades chosen. But please do go and check out her channel, join in with her, follow along, and I'll just hold up that picture once more for you to get a screenshot should you need to. There we go. So that is the Stitch Sampler Throw Cal by Litza over at Coco's Crochet, and I have got January done and dusted, which means next week I can have a break from this because it's the week after that she pulls for February, which frees up a little bit of time for that shawl that I'm testing and that amigurumi I'm wanting to make, and maybe a few other little things along the way. And just to keep you all in the loop, the way I am trying to manage my projects this year is by being a little bit more organised. I have a project bag for each project. I have a notions bag for each project. Every notions pouch now has a darning needle, a pair of snips, the hook, well, apart from the amigurumi, because I think that's the clover I lent Mike yesterday and I've put it in the wrong bag. But I'll sort that as soon as I get off camera. But also, guys, I'm also enjoying delving into diamond art painting. And I've decided that Fridays, after you have seen this crochet catch up, if I have the day off, I am going to be using that day to do other crafts that is not crochet for the majority of the day, which means some of those projects can get a little bit of love and attention once a week. The rest of the time will be crochet heavy, but I am working on one project a day. So Sundays is tile of the week. Sometimes that creeps into Monday. And then I want a day to work on the test pattern, a day to work on an amigurumi. When it's a week where I have to put in my next colours for the crochet along that I'm doing with Litza, I can have a day on that. And then Friday I've got my generic craft day again, and Saturdays is a whatever I decide to pick up and work on, that's going to be what I work on. So I'm trying to keep it so I have a specific project on a specific day, which means every whip that I have gets some love every week. It might mean that they take longer to become FOs, but they're all progressing at the same time rather than racing ahead with one and leaving 3 behind. So I hope you understand that I'd rather give love to all my whips rather than tunnel vision on just 1 or 2. Maybe I won't have so many unfinished objects this year if I stick to it. Let's see how that goes. But anyway, I'm going to hand you over to Mike because it is his turn to show off what he has been doing. And I'm going to have a bit of my cup of tea. So over to you, Mike.
Hi guys. It's my turn. Sorry, I am very tired.
Yes.
Super tired. My brain is not with it. So you'll have to bear with me if I boo-boo. But I haven't done a lot because
Tide of the week
took
way longer than it
too
should have.
long,
Yeah.
So,
but that was circumstance, not because we couldn't do it.
no,
Just
let me just unravel it because I tied it up with me on. Keep it safe. So as you know, I finished Luck of the Draw and I was going back to
your
my
flower
shawl.
shawl. Yeah.
And that was where we were at. Obviously on the white when I left it. You got the blue at the bottom. It's curling a little bit because I keep rolling it up, but
yeah, it'll block out lovely.
It'll block out lovely.
Yeah.
But
he picked it up again.
I picked it up again. And wow.
Only once this
only
week,
once.
and I think it was only for about an hour. Was
yeah,
it?
because we finished the tile and I picked it up after that. But
so in 1 hour, guys, he done near enough a row.
Oh. I was just trying to show you how long it is, but there you go. There's the peach. Yeah. We're running into peach now.
Well, we can hold it together if you wish.
It's only for the peach bit.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. There's the end. I'm going to be doing the same amount of the white in the peach.
So you've got 3 rows of white flowers. So you're going to do 3 rows of the peach.
Which is actually 6 rows.
Yeah. But 3 full flowers. And it does carry on there.
It is growing quite large. So I'm not sure. But it's going to be a big one.
It's just going to be
It is massive.
a massive bear hug to the lucky recipient.
From
She
me.
might even be able to wrap it round twice. You never know.
Yeah.
Big old bear hug from Mike. What
So,
could anybody want?
That's all I've done. To be fair, I'm not very quick. So, and as you can see, the stitch marker there, that's just holding my yarn in place.
So it doesn't unravel.
So it doesn't unravel because it's very loose. One thing I will say is when I did the white and the blue, I was a looser crocheter because I was still new to it.
You were inexperienced.
It's been put away for a few months.
3 months.
3 months, yeah, maybe even 4.
Yeah.
And
now his tension's a lot
now
tighter
my
than
tension's
before.
tighter, like
which comes with experience.
Exponentially tighter. I've had to wing it, and I've had to try and mimic the looseness. So it's taken me longer.
So it isn't such a stark contrast. Yeah. However, even if there is a contrast, the lucky recipient may be watching, and they don't know who they are. All you need to bear in mind is actually when you receive this hug, you can also look at it with a different perspective. And that perspective is, not only is it a hug from Mike, it is also the story of his crochet progress.
Yeah.
Because it began when he had very little experience and he was very, very new. And it will finish when he's nearly a year into his journey and his tension and his presentation might be slightly different, but it tells his story. So your hug will tell Mike's crochet story, and it will be one of a kind, and only one of you getting it. How amazing!
But to be fair, I've done a good job mimicking it. It's just taken me longer to do.
Yeah.
I'm just having to concentrate. It's not coming naturally anymore, so I've got to concentrate to make it looser, but it's working.
It is working, and now that the luck of the draw has ended for a few weeks,
this is all I'm doing.
Although it is coming back in February, so
I need
Mike
to finish
is going to concentrate solely on Tile of the Week and this shawl until this shawl is completed. And if he can get 2 or 3 evenings a week on it, then he should fly through it much quicker than he did in the beginning.
Yeah,
so,
I should be able to do it in a couple of months if I get a couple of evenings a week.
And also if we get a quiet weekend where the children are elsewhere, you might be able to put a little bit more love and time into it. So yes, it is a long-standing project, but there have been other things that have taken precedence along the way. And it doesn't matter, because whenever this person receives this hug, we know this person very well. And when it has been received, she'll look back at these and think, oh, now I know what they mean. She will be so chuffed that she is the one that got his first ever hug, and it tells his story along the way from beginning to end. And she was the first person that he wanted to gift. So I hope it does mean as much to her as I am 99.9999% sure it will. And we'll see. But now Mike can fully concentrate on it because his other big projects are out of the way. So you'll see 2, 3, 4, however many whips from me. But for the next few weeks, it will probably just be this shawl that Mike shows progress on. And that's absolutely fine, because I said to Mike, it's much better that you get these projects to the finishing line and off your hook, and they're not sat in a bag going, you haven't finished me. You haven't finished me.
Which annoys me.
When you're a new crocheter or a fairly new crocheter, that is pressure in itself. When you get to my stage and you can have 6 or 7 on the go at one point, it's slightly different. Although I've still got a couple that I've carried over from last year, guys, and every time I walk past them, they kind of go, you've forgotten about me. When do I get my love? And I'm like, there isn't enough days in the week. Just shush, I will get back to you. So,
anyway, I used my fake tulip, which is what I was using before.
Replica tulip.
Same difference.
Yep. He started with that one, so he's going to finish it with that one.
Yeah, and I'm just going to get the ball out that's complete even though it's a mess.
It is an absolute mess. Oh my goodness gracious. It's like the dog got hold of it.
It's been in this bag for so long, look at it go. But anyway, this is the butterfly from Hobie.
It is.
It is 100% acrylic and it is super soft acrylic. I didn't say acrylic then, but acrylic, sorry. 200 grams, 7 ounces, 500 meters, or 547 yards. It recommends a 4 to 4.5 needle and a 4 to 4.5 hook.
What hook are you using? Size?
4.
4mm. So he's using the recommended hook size, which is great.
It's a lightweight free or DK.
Yeah.
You can wash it at 40 degrees C. You can iron, but I don't recommend it.
No.
You can tumble dry it. Don't really recommend doing that either, to be fair.
No.
I don't know what that triangle is.
Don't bleach.
Don't bleach?
That means
Sorry.
bleach.
How does it?
But if you're from Crafting Kitty's channel, her and her husband Brian say, no triangles, keep triangles away from this yarn. It means no bleach. I don't know
what the P means.
Dry cleaning. You can dry clean.
You can dry clean.
But the P is sometimes a different letter because it signifies different chemicals in the dry cleaning that can happen.
Ah, okay.
Sometimes it'll be an A. Sometimes it'll be a C.
It's colour number 6 if you want to look it up. It's a very nice colour. It's my first butterfly.
And off the top of my head, I can't remember its actual name. Sorry,
no, neither can I. But it was made in Turkey, so and it gets the forehead softness check.
But he is chopping these butterflies apart, guys, to get the colours to colour control. So there will be some scraps of butterfly in our bin soon as well.
I've actually caped this one.
Yeah.
And this is the one I'm using at the moment, the peach. And I will be going on to the maroon. I will not be using the brown. So there'll be a lot of brown.
Well, it's more like a darker peach, more to a tan.
Yeah, but I won't be using it.
But he's not using that colour.
I only want 3 colours in the middle because it's going to be quite big.
And on the outskirts, was it just the darker blue?
It is just the darker blue.
So the light blue won't be used either, will it?
No.
So there will be 2 colours not used at all.
But
and he's had to chop into how many butterflies?
3.
He's chopped into 3 butterflies. So there is butterfly carnage in Mike's project bag. However, whatever he doesn't use will be beautiful scraps for our tiles.
And they will be lovely scraps. I must have.
And I think I'm going to have to do later in the year more scrappy projects to eat those scraps up because the tiles just ain't doing
it's
it.
in my first bag that Matt forgot me.
Totes my goats! Love it.
There we go. That's it. That's all I've done.
It is the OG project bag.
That is. And
with one of your OG projects in it.
It's getting dusty. But yeah, it is my OG project.
So there you go. A hug in progress for Mike as well, because also the shawl that I'm pattern testing will be a hug for somebody who may be watching as well.
That one may be done quicker than mine, I'm just saying. I may have been doing it longer, but
and
it's still going to be done quicker than mine.
Talking about my projects coming over from last year that I still haven't given any love to this year, once the test pattern for Amanda is completed, I am going to get my fruit square blanket back out and work on that a little bit. So I'm going to swap the test for the fruit blanket, and then I'm always, well, no, that's a very strong promise to make, and we don't know how the year is going to go. When I am able, there will always be an amigurumi on the go for Amigurumi Wars, because I want to support as many of the hosts as I can next year and get as many amigurumis done as I can, because I really do enjoy amigurumis. And now it's a free-for-all. You can do whatever amigurumi you like. There may be a special occasion that comes up, guys, where I pick one out of my pattern stash and make for someone special in my life that they've always wanted and I've never had the time to do. But now I've got the freedom in the Amigurumi Wars, perfect opportunity to make those amigurumis you haven't yet got time for. Just a little... But I also want to do the spotlighted designers when I can, because to buy patterns from Etsy and Ravelry really does help small businesses, and I'd rather give to small businesses when I can, because that was one of the things I really wanted to do this year, is to support Etsy sellers, Ravelry pattern writers, and even some of you lovelies watching that have your own Etsy shops or you sell your own items, maybe making purchases from you, you never know. When I can, I will. But, and that goes for Amigurumi Wars, when I can, I will, because I'm a host this year as well, and I want to support Anita as much as possible. I had so much fun doing it last year with Christina, so it's something I want to continue with, and I have freedom with it now. It's not a dictated list to pick from. So I hope a lot of you jump on board with everything that has been mentioned. Like I said,
a lot of mentions.
Hashtag Amigurumi Wars, hashtag Shop My Stash 2023. Try and use your stash before you go and buy more, guys. But if you really have to have it, or you really need it because you're one ball short of completing a project, of course. I'm not the yarn police. You spend your money on what you want, but we are going to try and shop our stash as much as possible this year because...
in fact, my stash I've already bought.
Yeah.
So I need to use it because I've already bought it.
Right? We've already bought the stash that we've got, so it makes sense to use that before adding to it.
It wasn't a Happy Mail, although I have had Happy Mail, yarn in Happy Mail, but the ones my next projects, I have bought.
Mm-hmm. I am just going to say this loud and clear now. I am not making the promise that I am not buying yarn this year. I can't make that promise. There might be a deal just too good to refuse. There might be a brand new yarn that comes on the scene that I really do have to have. However, as much as possible, if I can get a project out of what I've already got, I am going to use what I have already got, and I definitely need to do something about my scrap bin. So, as much as possible, we will be doing hashtag Shop My Stash 2023. But if I want some yarn and I'm in a position to get some yarn, I'll be getting the yarn. I'm sorry, I can't deny it. Not even going to pretend. Not even going to be deluded in that way.
Also, there are birthdays,
Mother's Day,
all sorts. We got to buy yarn for it.
So, and actually, does it really count if it's a gift? If I haven't bought it?
No, but if you're buying it from me...
If I buy it for you, then it doesn't count. And if you buy it for me, it doesn't count. Because we bought it for each other as a gift. We didn't spend our own money to add to our stash.
Loopholes!
Loophole! Use it if you want to. Not trying to enable you. But if you feel guilty about buying yarn because everybody else is on a yarn diet or on a yarn ban, don't worry about it. If you have the means and it's not going to get you into trouble financially, go for it. Because so many yarns out there need a new home. They need rescuing. I get it. I feel you. I hear you. So I am not making that promise. No, I'm going to try not to as much as possible because our money could be put to better use. But special occasions and as gifts, maybe. So guys, you have seen what we have been up to. Hopefully there'll be a bit more to show next Friday because hopefully I will get a lot more progress done on my makes. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead. Saturday there is a Happy Mail video. Sunday there is this new first episode of a new trial thing that I am putting on this channel, so please do keep your eye out and give me your feedback. I don't mind whether it's positive or not. Monday will be Magazine Monday. Tuesday I don't know yet. Wednesday I don't know yet. Thursday will be
Title of the week! Thursday!
And then we're back to Crochet Catch Up again. So there is lots still to come in the week ahead at Manfa's Makes, but most importantly, enjoy your weekend, and I hope you do get a lot of crafty time in, because this one never says that in our outro anymore, and I wanted to get it in now. But until you see us again,
stay safe.
Be kind.
Look after one another.
Get some good quality time in with your loved ones.
Get those hooks flying on some good quality crafting time.
We will see you in the next one.
All around the YouTube streets.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.